go. On your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Well, the most magical place on Earth reopened to the public today, but trips to Disney World, they're going to look a lot different as they try and keep guests safe. And South Carolina setting another record for new coronavirus cases in one day. We'll take you inside one South Carolina hospital's COVID ward that says they're struggling to keep up with the rise in sick patients. But first, a day after Augusta's mayor passed a mask mandate for the city, Georgia state officials say that mandate is, quote, unenforceable. Mayor Hardy Davis passed the mandate yesterday, which requires masks in public buildings and Augusta's businesses. But in a statement that Georgia governor's office sent to News 12, officials told us, quote, the Augusta mayor's local mask mandate is unenforceable because it is more restrictive than the governor's executive order. The governor has strongly encouraged Georgians to wear masks for months now, and he will continue to do so. We did reach out to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office about how the executive order would be enforced, and the Sheriff's Office said that they would treat calls about people not wearing masks as a, quote, educational contact. As a reminder, the mask mandate is in effect right now. There is a 10-day grace period after which the mayor says people could be fined. For more on that executive order, head over to our website, wrdw.com. And starting in less than half an hour, people will gather to remember the lives of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and any others who have lost their lives to racial injustice. Celeste Springer is live for us at the Columbia County Amphitheater, where it's all supposed to happen. And Celeste, it was a long journey to have this event.
Yeah, the event is finally getting started here, but they originally had a permit for a planned event in Augusta, but they didn't get that permit. But they didn't give up on holding this event for racial injustice. They say that tonight there is going to be a moment of prayer, speakers, and a 8-minute of silence for victims of racial injustice.
We felt like this was important because we felt very helpless with what's been going on, and we couldn't sit back and just not do anything. So this was our way of doing something to basically lift everybody up, bring people together, and let our emotions out, because there's been a lot of high emotion.
Yeah, the event starts again in 30 minutes. That being said, they're urging people during the service to be using their flashlight phone, waving that around. But if you don't have one of those, they will have flameless candles available for people to use.
Okay, Celeste, thank you. Taking a look now at I-20 over Grovetown. And Anthony, it was actually an extremely hot day, almost pretty uncomfortable out there, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, today it was pretty warm out there today. We saw high temperatures right around 96 degrees here at Bush Field, 95 at Daniel Field. So another very warm afternoon, but typical for us here in the middle of July. And as we continue over the next few days, it's going to be still feeling like July with temperatures into the mid-90s. Currently still right around 95 degrees here in Augusta, lower 90s as you get closer to Edgefield, as well as Saluda and Aiken, 93 degrees as you're walking out the door this afternoon and evening, right around in Barnwell and in through Allendale as well. Now, as we continue on through the night, we'll see the temperatures slowly beginning to decrease, right around 88 degrees as we get closer to 8 o'clock. Well, much more in the forecast coming up in about 10 minutes. Sydney, back to you.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Starting tonight, people in South Carolina won't be able to order alcohol at bars and restaurants after 11 p.m. That's after the state's governor passed an executive order stopping those sales. You'll still be able to buy booze at gas stations and grocery stores after 11, though. The order is going to stay in effect until further notice. And over on South Carolina's coast, bars have mixed reactions to the new order. In Myrtle Beach, some bar owners say they don't think it's going to affect them too much, but others say their businesses, they're going to take a hit.
It's pretty unfortunate for the bars and businesses that do thrive after that hour, that it's kind of unfortunate, especially for people who worked all day, might want to go get a drink and relax after work.
We're not as late night as we used to be. I really don't know yet. I hope we'll be okay, but we're going to comply. We're going to do what we have to do.
The order is aimed at stopping the spread of COVID in young people. State officials reported they've seen a more than 400% jump in cases from people in their 20s. And as new cases jump, South Carolina's
9999.
Well, Disney World officially opened to the public today, welcoming guests back for the first time since it closed in March when the coronavirus pandemic hit the U.S. But almost 4 months later, the numbers are now worse than when the park closed. Whitney Wild looked into whether reopening is safe.
It's the happiest place on Earth. Now it's trying to be the cleanest place on Earth.
Cool. Let's wash my hands.
But is that really possible in the middle of a global pandemic? The New York Times estimates the park is limiting capacity to less than 50%, making face masks mandatory, enforcing social distancing, and using temperature checks before you even get on the tram to the entrance, and constantly cleaning.
We feel safer at theme parks than we do at any other normal store or restaurant. It feels safer at the theme parks because they're putting in that extra effort.
That's saying a lot considering the state in which those theme parks are located. Florida is seeing a record-breaking number of coronavirus cases and deaths.
This is really, we're in a dire position right now.
But Governor Ron DeSantis insists the higher numbers are due to increased testing.
You test 200,000 people at a 3% rate, you're going to get more cases than if you test 100,000 people at that.
Echoing an inaccurate claim from President Trump.
Everybody says, we have so many cases. That's because we test so many people.
But medical experts say he's wrong.
But what we see is that the percentage of tests that are coming back positive is increasing. The virus has basically outpaced those efforts, and now we have more people infected now than we ever have.
In Washington, I'm Whitney Wild.
Well, today was not a complete reopening, though. Epcot and the Hollywood Studio Parks are set to open Wednesday. Visitors also need to make reservations for each individual park. That means you can't freely hop from one park to another. And as we head into weather, check out this cool shot of the Neowise Comet this morning. This photo was taken by one of our viewers, Perry Holcomb, near Edgefield County. He says he actually couldn't see it with the naked eye, but his camera was able to pick it up. NASA says the next time this comet is going to be able to be seen on Earth won't be for thousands of years. And here's some trivia. Neowise stands for Near Earth Object Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. Say that 10 times fast. Anthony, have you been able to see this?
You know, I woke up early this morning to try to be able to see it. Fortunately, I wasn't able to see like how it is in that picture, but you could see just off into the distance there. We're going to have another shot at seeing that as we go through the next couple of days and in through the end of this month as well. Here's another look at that picture. Again, absolutely gorgeous, taken by Perry in Edgefield County. Now, as we continue on through the night tonight and in through early tomorrow morning, the best view for seeing the comet is going to be about an hour before sunrise, and we're actually going to be able to see that as we continue on through the 15th, and then after that, the best time is going to be in the evening hours. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It's going to stay clear as we go through the night tonight and in through early tomorrow morning, right around 5:30, which is the best time you want to get up to see it, and go ahead and look toward the east in the general easterly direction. Now, as we continue on through the next few days, we're going to be seeing those temperatures increasing tonight, back down into the lower 70s, right around 73 degrees for us here in Augusta. And as we continue over the next few hours, we're actually going to be seeing those temperatures continue to decrease into the upper 80s, but it's staying dry as we go through most of your Sunday, and that UV index is going to be up there, as well as a chance for a few isolated showers as we go through later on into the week. But we're dry right now here at I-20 in Grovetown, and our temperatures are still into the mid-90s, right around 95 degrees. It feels like 97 as you're walking out the door. And as we continue on through the rest of the CSRA, upper 80s now in places like Aiken, still low 90s in Saluda and Edgefield. There are 93 if you're going up to the lake this evening as well. We're dry on Doppler Max radar. That's how we're going to stay as we continue on through the night tonight and in through most of your day tomorrow, with those temperatures dropping down into the upper 80s as we continue on through the night tonight. Now, if you're going outside tomorrow, maybe doing some yard work, just make sure you have that bottle of water handy. We are going to be seeing temperatures increasing back to the upper 90s, right around 97 degrees as we get through about 4 o'clock, with the heat index values over or at right around 100 degrees. So very warm tomorrow, and that UV index is going to be up there. So sunscreen, the hat, and the sunglasses, again, if you're going to be spending a lot of time outside. The general chances for rain are going to be on the lower side, Monday, we do have that chance for showers, but primarily in the overnight hours, and we're staying dry as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday with the general risk for some isolated showers as we get through the day on Thursday. And as we continue on through Thursday through next weekend, really not seeing that much rain out there, about a half an inch or less as we go through the entire CSRA. Our temperatures, though, are going to remain on the warmer side, about a 50 to 60% chance at being above average as we continue on through the 19th of July, all the way through the end of July as well. As we continue on through the next 7 days for us, we're sticking to those warmer temperatures right around at 98 degrees as we get through the day on Tuesday with mostly sunny skies. It stays mostly sunny through the day on Wednesday as well, and our temperatures slowly starting to increase and maintain those mid-90s as we go through Thursday and Friday, with the general risk for some isolated showers as we end our week as well. Sydney?
Well, as more and more people take COVID antibody tests, we're learning just how many people in our area had the virus and may not have known it. The results, though, they're surprising local health experts. We'll have that story after the break. When a 6-year-old California girl heard her favorite zoo was having trouble feeding its animals because of the shutdown, she just sprung right into action. Now, through her efforts, she's raised enough money to feed all the animals there for a month. Andrea Nakano has her story.
When Andy Soulard heard that the zoo may be shutting down permanently, she took action. She donated the $5 she got from her tooth fairy to her fundraiser, and now she's exceeded her goal of $70,000. Andy Soulard has been visiting the Oakland Zoo since she was just a baby and has been going back frequently to visit her friends.
Tigers, the warthogs, the guinea hogs, and I like going on the gondola.
But COVID-19 has taken her zoo days away since March, and possibly for good, if it can't get visitors to return soon. To help the zoo with day-to-day expenses,
I'm raising money for the Oakland Zoo.
her initial goal was just $200, but the fundraiser went viral.
Thanks for the donation.
As of tonight, she's topped her goal of $75,000 with donations from roughly 1,500 people all over the country.
She's helped to raise enough money to feed all of the animals at the zoo for like a month now.
For every donation of $25 or more, she makes one of these.
I thought of the idea of making donations with bracelets.
For the zoo, right?
Thanks to friends and neighbors, she's fulfilling more than 200 orders.
So we had to buy smaller beads.
Yeah, so we're buying smaller beads that'll fit in envelopes so we can mail them out.
All of this so she can hopefully visit the zoo again with her younger brother.
As parents, we just want to make the world a better place, and it's really inspiring to see Andy at 6 years old try to take matters into her own hands.
Have a good day. Bye.
How sweet is that? Andy's mom says the fundraiser will keep raising money until the end of the month, and that's only because school is starting for Andy next month, so she's going to have to put her efforts on hold. But that is an awesome way to spend your summer, I got to say, Anthony.
Yeah, no, and really, I mean, props to her for being able to throw all that together and raise that much money.
Absolutely.
Really good for her there.
Absolutely.
All right, don't forget, you're going to have another chance to view the comet as we go through the morning tomorrow. Go ahead and look toward the northeast about an hour before the sun comes up. Tomorrow's going to be another hot day with temperatures right around at 97 degrees here in Augusta, mid-upper 90s across the rest of the CSRA. As we continue over the next couple of days, we'll notice that summertime heat sticking around for us. We're going to see the chance for some isolated showers as we go through Monday evening. Other than that, staying dry all the way through Wednesday with a chance for some more showers as we continue on through Thursday and Friday. Our temperatures still in the mid to upper 90s. Those overnight temperatures still sticking to the 70s, mid-upper 70s as we get through midweek.
All right, thanks, Anthony. Well, that's your 6 o'clock news. We'll be back